ingesting or inhaling dust.
Yeah, I am not allowed to consume peanut butter because it might transfer to my daughter somehow. My daughter might take that to school with her.
That's right.
Like, I'm not supposed to have peanut butter.
Now, so here's a question. Just putting this out here. Since everybody is wearing masks, just asking, do the masks, would they not stop the extraordinarily large particle that would be the dust of a peanut? Would the mask not stop that? Since apparently it stops COVID, which is microscopic and cannot be seen without an electron microscope.
And can't be stopped by a mask.
So why doesn't the kid who have the issue wear a fucking mask? And then we just call it a day.
I'm sorry. Like, we've said it. We have just listened to this a while ago where I was like, your kid's going to die. I'm sorry. It's like 2 years ago. We were talking about the peanut kid. I'm just like, just so you know, your kid's going to die and nobody's going to remember him. Sorry, Peanut.
Sorry, Peanut.
They were talking about how like Peanut's best friend is going to use that memory to get laid in high school. Because he was Peanut's best friend. It's genius. I don't know. See, I think the Peanut kid should be in a separate room by himself, and guess what? Yeah, he's special. you can call him special.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you're right. I'm saying you're right. The Peanut kid should wear a mask, and the other kid should be allowed to eat peanut butter. But that's not how the way it works anymore. We got a letter saying we're not allowed to pick a best friend. We can't name a best friend because that alienates all your other friends. It's like,
I still think of that.
I don't know. We're just protecting this is where protecting leads us. Protecting us to this degree leads us to a coronavirus situation.
Yes.
I don't get it. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say here, and I keep babbling. I just smarten the fuck up is what I'm trying to say. If you're scamming your company and they're investigating you, you don't get to be mad about it. Sorry. That's just the way it should be. If you don't like the way your customer is investigating you, just politely don't fill out the form. That should always be an option. Just like in here where it says our gender, there's always a line that says not specified or whatever. There's ways to navigate the system and be okay with it, or there's ways to not. It starts in our country. It starts with picking the right politicians and picking the right people to lead us to not get us to where we fucking are today. This is what a fired high school teacher gets you.
Yeah.
Vote smarter next time. We're in bed with China. There's nothing we can do about it. Vote smarter next time. China's evil. Yeah, they are. We shouldn't have voted for a guy who loves China. Bad on our part.
I don't see how that's just not common knowledge, but hey, there we go. That's where we are.
If someone else's kid is getting hurt at the playground, go stop it. Absolutely. But I'm not going to go to med school so that I can figure out what allergies your kid has and what my kid should do to mitigate those allergies. Like, fucking send a note with the kid, says my kid's, needs to wear this mask because he's weird, and we'll respect that. And people will make fun of him, and that's okay. Bullied kids grow up to be like Rob Zombie and shit. So, everyone, let's stop bullying. Really, look at the people who were bullied: Rob Zombie, Brad Pitt,
Bill Gates.
There's a
Elon
lot.
Musk.
Elon Musk. Bullying there might be something to be said for bullying. No,
just saying.
You take the bullying out of school, you might be taking the successful out of school. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's possible. I could be way off too. Maybe bullying's bad. Look at me. I got bullied. And
I didn't. I'm in the same boat as Eric. So that doesn't really tell you anything.
Yeah, there you go. So bullying doesn't matter at all.
I did some of the bullying when I was very young.
That's the point. Look at that. That's a good point. We should just compare our lives and go, look, this is how much it matters because we're exactly the same. And we had very different lives.
That's right.
We should do that. That's funny.
I'm actually seeing a really good multi-segment show with that one.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good episode. That's a whole thing to get into. Wow, I think we may have just defined season 4.
there we go.
Look at what I don't know. Don't you take care of your own goddamn kids? But on the same hand, let's like help each other too. Like, don't stop with this cancel bullshit. When we had one abduction, this is a big thing now because this is a whole thing I can't get into now. It's a 2-hour rant, but we there was an abduction famously here in Kelowna when I was a kid. We didn't stop playing outside. We grew up with Ted Bundy and Clifford Olson. We still played outside, and people watched each other's kids, and kids just played with a heightened sense of awareness, and we knew what was going on. We didn't cancel playing, and we weren't stuck inside until we were 20.
And then wonder why they're why they're so socially fucking awkward.
When something bad happened, like Woody Allen, fucking this rape guy, we didn't stop Woody Allen. We didn't stop, we didn't cancel someone. We educated each other on how to avoid this and how to take care of each other.
Yeah. Don't get in a car with strangers.
Yeah. We didn't eliminate cars.
No. Do you remember the term stranger danger? Remember that? If you heard a child say stranger danger, you ran to that child and you okay? Stranger danger. Perfect. Get the fuck out of here, asshole.
Beautiful. Make sure there's candy in the van before you get in. It's just common sense.
How about I don't know if BC had this, but I know in Ontario growing up, they had the neighborhood watch.
Oh yeah, of course.
There was actually the signs, and if you were a home that you felt that your location was a good enough spot, and that you would be somebody would sort of almost always be home, you could put a sign up in your window, and it was a neighborhood watch sign. You registered with the neighborhood watch, you put a sign in your window. And if somebody didn't feel safe walking home, they could come in at any time and knock on your fucking door.
Right.
We were one of those houses. And I actually had a friend of mine who did that. At night, she was walking home from work. She stopped by my house, and she didn't know initially that it was my house. But she knocked on the fucking door, and, she's like, there's this guy who's been following me since I left work, and I don't feel really safe, and I just sort of want to get home. But brought her in the fucking house, made her a fucking hot chocolate. Called her mom and everything else, and we went and dropped her off at home. We did the whole sort of thing. The craziest thing was that night, the guy abducted another woman and raped her. So, and it was that very guy, because the description she gave of the guy who was following her ended up being the guy who attacked the other woman. So
but we didn't ban walking outdoors because of it.
No. We just made people more aware of their surroundings and just know that there are safe places that you can go.
And we can look after each other. And Peanut will be okay if we all do this. The kids are good that way. I don't think banning peanut butter is the way to go.
No.
And you're right.
A phenomenal cheap source of protein. That's great. It's very good and very healthy for you. And yet you've eliminated it from the diets of all these people because one kid has an allergy to it. No.
And that's where the peanut allergy proliferates. Guess where there isn't a peanut allergy? In Africa, where they give out peanut paste to the starving kids. It's a mixture of sugar and peanut butter. They give it to the starving kids because that's all they can afford.
Yeah.
Not a peanut allergy to be found. Funny how that works.
Isn't that just downright strange?
But let's start taking care of each other this year. Let's start paying a little more attention. Let's start not worrying about race and shit. Let's get over it. Yeah. Let's just help each other out, regardless of race. Let's be friendly again. Let's start saying hi to our neighbors. Let's start having neighborhood barbecues again, where it doesn't matter who comes. Just if you're in my neighborhood, then you're my neighbor and you can come to my barbecue. Bring something.
Yeah, bring food.
Let's get to know each other again. Let's get back to a thing where we take care of each other. And then we know who the rapists are, because they're the weird guy at the barbecue who doesn't bring anything.
Yeah, he just stands in the corner staring at the kids. You look out for them. You see it. You expose them. You throw them in the fucking fire.
But let's something like that. Let's eliminate the problem, not the entire situation, I guess is what I'm trying to say, if that makes any sense.
Solve the problem. Don't put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
And
basically.
Don't make the Band-Aid the size of a country. That's just retarded and stupid and pointless.
Get some buckets of water in your refugee camp.
Right? Imagine what would happen imagine if there was fucking water in that refugee camp. You know what would have happened? 2 tents would have caught on fire. Problem would have been solved.
Let's go back to planning. Let's go back to having bosses and employees. Democracy doesn't work ever. It's time to go back to leaders and followers and get some goddamn law and order in the world. And stop with this crap that doesn't matter because you don't care. Nobody really cares. Oh, he said this. He needs it. Fuck off. You don't really care. Shut up. Solve a problem.
Exactly.
You're going to get a lot of that from me this year. Just is this really? How much do you actually care?
Well, if you want to know how much people care about things, I don't know if you heard, but California, because they are on the ball when it comes to being smart about everything.
Are they ever?
Well, they are looking to, they're going to be opening up their theme parks this summer. And they have already stated, if you go on a roller coaster, you are not allowed to scream.
I don't understand why that would be a thing.
Because if the person in front of you screams and has COVID, then you will die.
What?
So therefore, no screaming allowed on the roller coasters.
I don't even want to hear this anymore. That's got to be fake. Come on.
True. That is absolutely 100% true.
That has to be fake.
No, look it up.
Proving it.
Prove it right now.
I will prove it next episode, which is, I guess, a week from now, technically, or tomorrow. I don't know how I'm doing that yet. I guess tomorrow, a week from now, I'll get back to you on how we're doing that. But yeah, that can't be real. That's stupid. No.
Yep.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, and it's not true.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm calling it. I'm calling bullshit.
No, it's true. I've had it verified by too many sources. It's actually true.
I'm calling bullshit. There's no way that's true. That screaming now transmits the. So what? I'm not supposed to yell fire in a movie theater just in case I might have COVID?
No, that's fine because the air is more stagnant. It's the fact that it's moving air that forces your breath to the person behind you.
That makes absolutely no sense. You're still breathing in front of them. It doesn't matter if you yell or not. That's not possible. Unless Gavin Newsom. If that came from Gavin Newstead, I'll say it. But look, that is 2 good solid hours, my friend, and I am beat right down. I'm out. I don't have another hour to go. Do you?
I don't give a shit.
All right. That is a good place to wrap it up. I think. That story blew my mind, and there's nothing more I can do about it. Thank you guys for listening. Everyone who watched, everyone who commented, thank you so much. It's so cool. Maybe we should keep with the Facebook Live thing. I enjoy it.
We got some good responses. I would like to thank her comment's been deleted on my side of it now. What was her Nicole? Thank you for your question. I'm glad that you jumped up on here. And Alex, thank you very much for getting engaged. And Ermao, I'm really hoping I'm not butchering your name, but I probably am. God bless you too. Thank you for writing in and listening to our show from Brazil. That's awesome.
I'm going with Ermao.
Ermao works too.
Ermao Saboya. Ermao Rodrigo. I love that name.
Rodrigo is such a dope name.
I had a friend in Calgary. His name was Rodrigo Carrera.
Nice.
He was Chilean.
That's just,
hey, did you guys know each other? Write in. Let me know.
Oh, by the way, Eric, I think you would be happy to know. I don't know if you fuck it. I'm just going to say you're going to be happy to know this. There's a new Guinness World Record.
There's many. I check them every day.
Well, this one in particular, it is the world's heaviest cherry.
Yeah, it's a big fucker.
It's a big fucker that weighs 0.93 ounces.
0.93 ounces. What?
Yeah.
That's not big at all.
That is. The previous record was 0.84 ounces.
That doesn't sound large.
Well, I'm going to figure cherry doesn't weigh a whole lot. This doesn't give me. I was hoping this would actually say what the average cherry weighs, but it actually doesn't. I don't
know, but yeah, I saw the thing about the big cherry. I actually get updates on my phone. I do because we're part of the Guinness thing, right? Like we're following Guinness now because we're gonna set one of these days.